I don't know. I can't tell. It says I'm live. All right. Hello. Hi, everybody. It is 7/7/2025. And for some reason, I'm waiting for someone to come on. I think they'll come. Oh, they're trying to fix something. I see. Hey, Dawn. Hi. There you are. Hi, Karen. Thank you for coming by. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you guys. How are you? Apparently, StreamYard is having some trouble, so they're repairing something, but they said keep going while they fix it. So if some weird thing happens, we'll know that's it. Anyway, hi guys. How are you? Cheryl, it's Tory, just so you know. Sorry I keep correcting, but it's a lifetime thing where people have called me incorrect names for most of my life. I was Tony, Lori, Corey, Terry, everything but Tori for a very long time. And then Tori spelling came out, Tori, and overnight everybody knew my name, but they still spell it Tori, and it's really Tory, which that came from my dad he played on the Chicago Cardinals, who are now the Phoenix Cardinals, or I'm not sure if they're the Arizona Cardinals, but this was my dad. And that's his football card, which someone found. Mark Plummer actually found it for me. Rest in peace. He passed away last year. Hi, Yadira. And he went out and found these football cards of my dad's. None of us kids even knew my dad had football cards. We knew he was a kind of a football star in his era, and then he was a broadcaster in the 60s with Kurt Gowdy. But we didn't know he had football cards. And Mark Plummer went out and found them and mailed them to me. And so I have some, and I gave some to my son too. But anyway, there you go. How are you guys doing? But my dad, one of the guys on the Chicago Cardinals named his daughter Tory because they're guys. It was Tory. Plus, it wasn't that. I don't think they'd really established the I's for girls and the Y's for guys. It's really funny. I used to, whenever I would apply for jobs, it would always start out great, and I would end up in the warehouse because I guess Tory is more of a guy thing. So they would think I'm a guy. Whatever, life rolls on. But it is 2025 July, and Scientology is still an epic fail. The first time I heard that was with Anonymous in 2008, and they had a giant sign that said Scientology epic fail. And I thought, I love that. And you now hear it on the news and stuff like that. They'll call different things epic fail. But that was the first time I heard it was in 2008 with Anonymous. And they were great. If you missed that whole era, it was really a fun time. Because what happened was someone leaked Tom Cruise's video onto the internet saying you're either in or you're out. And of course, he looked really crazy. So Scientology ordered it off of YouTube. And Anonymous showed up and said, not on our watch. No, you don't own Scientology. You don't own the internet Scientology. We do. We the people. And we're going to show you we own it because we're going to shut down your website for 3 days. And that's how I got to know Anonymous, because I made a post going, oh, this isn't Anonymous. This is Scientology just trying to distract off this book that was coming out about Tom Cruise they didn't want people to see. And they called me up that night in this bedroom. I was right here, and they went, this is Anonymous. And I was like, it was very freaky. But we had a good conversation, and at the end, they realized what they were planning wasn't a great idea. And they said, well, what can we do? And I said, let's do a peaceful protest. That we're always safe with that. And Jeff Jacobson taught me that. He named it the Gandhi Tech. And in 2000, we started using Jeff Jacobson's Gandhi Tech. Did they actually shut it down? Yeah, they did. And I was sort of against hacking, and I thought they were hacking their site. Even though I was out, I was sort of against it. So I was posting about it, but then they explained, no, we're not hacking their computer. And this guy explained it to me. He said, think of a bus coming along, and there being 300 people in front of you. You're going to get on the bus, but there's 300 people that show up in front of you to get on the bus. That's what we're doing. They just put so much information on the net, on their website, that it shut down for 3 days. And we had a protest with 500 people here in LA and 9,000 around the entire world, in almost every major city. It was fabulous. It was amazing. It was really, truly an outstanding experience. And as Bunker and I said, if they leave them alone, they'll be gone in about a week or two. Yeah, I know. Wow. Because they were like 20, 30-year-olds. I mean, there were some older people, but a lot of them were younger people. And we thought they're going to get bored and they'll leave. But if Scientology does what they usually do, which they did, they stayed forever. Hi, 49ers for Life. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. I am very good. Thank you. How's everyone else? They'll have to tell us. I think they're good, though. I have a feeling. How's everything in your life, 49ers for Life? What's new? Or anybody else. You can fill me in. What are you up to? So I was explaining to them, 49ers for Life, how Anonymous came up with that term, epic fail, in 2008. And it was true. It was. I mean, it's over and over. They have things where it's just an epic fail. It's like if they would have just done the right thing, it would have been okay. But they don't. They always do the wrong thing. And people used to tell me that. They'd say, well, I'm afraid I'm not up to anything. Okay, Dawn. People used to say, well, I don't know, I'm afraid to go protest because they might be there. And I said, you know what? Here's the deal. You can always count on Scientology that they will prove why we are doing what we're doing. And they do every time, one way or another. They're out there proving why we do what we do, doing fair game, creepy stuff, passing out literature of falsehoods about somebody. They've always got something. They've always got something up their sleeve, and it's generally not a smart thing. You know, it's like if they would have ever listened to any of us who helped create the church, they'd probably be booming still, but they wouldn't. So, okay, you plant seeds that are bad seeds, and you're going to reap what you sow. So anyway, there you go. Do any of you know Mindy? I went tonight and had dinner with Mindy. And that was fun. Kind of caught up. I hadn't talked to her in a while. So that was good to see her. I haven't seen her, I think, since last summer when we had the encampment. Yeah, she was there for that. All right, 49ers for Life. You haven't told me what you're up to yet. What are your latest things that you're doing? Morning. Thank you. Fashionably late. Hi, Charles. Just saw that one of President Trump's personal attorney, John Cole, is a Scientologist who is close with David Miscavige. John Cole was the guy who did our arbitration when I was in with my husband about a business, and we won. I know him very well. I taught his kid in Apple School, And Mindy is not Osa. No, that is something that's being spread around, is not true. Hello from a sunny morning in Norway. And if you think it is, send me the proof. Hello from sunny morning in Norway, you lucky pixie. Enjoy it. Does it matter to you, not to me? Hi, we were talking about you tonight. How are you? I like your hair. Thank you. Yeah, I got it. This is my summer do. It's shorter. Which Mindy? I don't know any other Mindys than Mindy that Rib Guy. What's Mindy's last name? I don't even know her last name. I don't. She's Mindy. I just know her as that. She's a singer, and she's really got a good voice too. She played me some music that she sang. Hi, sweetie. Let me guess. It's all my fault. Of course. Of course. Yours and mine. Always. Hi, EC18 Barton. How are you? Thank you for coming by. So does it matter to you, not to me? What's up with you? Fill us in. What have you been up to? I almost called you today. Charles Patrick. Also, didn't know Greta Van Susteren is a Scientologist and married John Cole. That's right. And they're both in the White House, or they're in with Trump one way or the other. Willens. Yadira. Okay, I don't know what Willens means. Then that's a different Mindy. Oh, that's her last name is Willens? Yeah, I think that's a different Mindy. Do you think Tom Cruise communicates with his daughter in secret? No. I don't think she wants to. Does it matter to you? Not to me. Crypto tactics. Oh, mine and my dad's. Oh, ouch. That's painful. Hi, Sophie. Thank you for coming on. I love it. Thank you both for coming on. Good to see all of you. Oh, does it matter to you? Not to me. I'm sorry about the taxes. That's always a drag. Oh, yeah. Nice hair. Thank you. Yeah, I always get it shorter for the summer because it keeps it cool. I have very thick hair. And so, when I get it trimmed up, then it's cooler. And then I grow it out in the fall, so it's warmer. Yadira, hi. Oh, that's good. Well, it's good to see all you rascals. I was telling them, Sophie and Lovett, a little bit earlier about Scientology. It's still an epic fail. And Anonymous came up with that name where they had this huge sign that said Scientology epic fail. And it was just so funny. I'd never heard that expression. Now you hear it a lot. It's used quite a bit. I'm beat. I'll fall asleep to your wonder stories. Ah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're so tired. Tori Magoo, I thought of another place to take you for cakes. Ooh, I'm up for that. I'm there anytime, any day. Cake. That's right. And that was Anonymous's thing too. They always brought cake to their protests, always. And they danced. They were fun. Yes, it is an epic fail, and I still don't understand how they think it's clearing the planet. I know. See, for me, I actually have friends that are still in. Hi, Dave Gibbons. Hello. Yep, Scientology is an epic fail. Exactly. You were around when that came about. Yeah. Ooh, lush hair, wholesome, wholesome. All right, cool. Yes, it is an epic fail, and it will continue to be because guess what? They have to follow L. Ron Hubbard's policies, and it doesn't work. Whoever is running this stuff is not thinking at all. There's very common sense things that they could do that could totally change things, but they won't. So, I've talked to them for years about it and said, if you did this would happen. If you do that, that'll happen. Nope, they don't care. Scientologists make no sense. Exactly, CCC. Exactly. They don't. So, Dave, how are you? I was just telling someone about you. Someone from Australia called me last night saying they're going to join staff coming up. And I don't know, it seemed very fishy. So I thought maybe I'll ask you to talk to him. But they didn't want me to tell anybody. So, whatever. I told them, look, at least look up everyone who was on staff and listen to their stories so you see what you're getting into. I can't see Dawn. So hi. All right, there you go. Cool afternoon again from Australia. Ooh, nice. It's very hot here. Very hot. Tori, I'm doing good. I can't start this hot weather. Hi, 49ers for life. Yeah, I know it's going to be really bad. I think tomorrow is when it gets to be 100. I think it's Wednesday when it gets to be really hot. All good here. Whoa. Who'd still be thinking of joining staff? I know. I know. That's why I was like, really? Come on. So I don't know if it was Osa. I really don't know. It was all, she wouldn't call me. So it was all, typing. And I don't type much. So I told her, I said, tell me what's up. And she couldn't. So I said, all right, good luck. She said, bye, Tori. It's like, she came onto my TikTok site and said, I need help. I'm in Scientology. So I said, well, send me your phone number and we'll talk. But didn't happen. I know it's weird though, isn't it? Somebody joining staff. It's like, ooh, 49ers fan, good to see you. I know. I've watched some interviews you gave. The videos are amazing. You were brave when you decided to leave. Smart woman. Thank you, EC18. I appreciate that. I do. I know I was pretty out there. I really was. And people helped me though, I have to say. I mean, every day another person helped me. One of the key things was a guy way up in the church. It might have been Mike Rinder, but it was somebody way up in the church. And they said, I'm just going to tell you there is so much light on you right now. Because it was me and three other people that were saying our names, three or four. And he said, just keep talking because they won't hurt you as long as you're out there and talking. So here I am. It's 25 years later in 2 weeks. Nearly all staff here are Asians. Wow, on student visas or children of still-ins. Interesting, Dave. That's not true here. Comment, I can't leave Scientology. Has little kids doing the Purif. That seems like child abuse. Yeah, I agree. Tori, you are amazing, amazing, strong, and always from the heart. Thank you, Sophie. You are too. Same thing. Dawn Lambert, hi, love. Yeah, nice hearts. 49ers, it definitely is. Same as the Eastern Europeans at Flag on religious study. Oh, I remember that. There were so many of them from so many other countries. I had a funny thing happen with the Italians. Remember how the Italians would send their kids every summer? I don't know if you knew this, Dave, but they would send their kids to Flag every summer, and they'd be there all summer, and I'd go there to do some training. And they didn't speak any English, and I didn't speak any Italian. My freedom anniversary, I think I started leaving on the 19th, and I was actually out on the 20th, I believe, but I have to check. But it's right around July 19th, 20th, right around there. I know Europeans, they had this thing, the thing with the hand where you go like that and you do it. And I'm really good at it because I had older brothers and we did it a lot and they were really good and they couldn't believe how good I was. And we had more fun. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. They were a fun crowd. They really were. And so one day we were in the academy, Dave. And so the guy put up their names and he said, no, I know what happened. He said, we all need to write letters, because they have the Thursday at 2. Everybody has to get their letters out. And these guys didn't know who to write. They said, we didn't know who to write. So I said, you know what? put my son's name and address up on the blackboard and have the Italians all write him a letter. And you know what? They did. They wrote him these long, like 2, 3, 4-page letters in Italian. It was so sweet. He got tons of letters from all these students. 61 years old, and I've never met a Scientology here in Australia. Wow, good. Well, that's good. But I'm married to an ex-Jehovah's Witness. Wow, Kat, that's amazing. Okay, we'll celebrate with fancy cakes. Ooh, that sounds good. Love it. Dave Gibbons' religious video visas. It's insane. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Danny, hey, beautiful people. Hi, Danny. Good to see you. Hey, live it. Hey, I think you meant love it. And Sophie. Yeah. Many trafficked Eastern Europeans, do they come here in the hopes of becoming U.S. citizens? They can't. Yeah, it's a different time now, isn't it? It's awful. It's awful here. We went out to dinner tonight, and the guy that was serving us, I said, was your 4th of July okay? And he said, very scary. For the whole weekend, he was afraid that they'd come in and get him. Danny, hi there. Everybody's saying hi to you, Danny. He says hi back. It's a good group of people. Well, Dave is from Australia. Which side of Australia are you from? Can you tell us or not? I think you're from the part. I'll wait. Hey, Connie B. Dawn. I think someone from Australia ought to send Tori a stuffy koala for her stuffy animal collection. That is a good idea, Dawn. Thank you. I like that. How are you doing, Tori? I'm doing good, Danny. I am. It's so sad what's happening in the U.S. I know it is. I'm outside Sydney. That's what I thought. I was going to say the big city with the S. Yeah, Sydney. Okay, good. That's what I thought, Dave. I'm so glad you come on here. It's so fun. Mark Stebbins, hi. Connie B, hey, Sophie and other mods. Perth, nope, he's in Sydney. Mark Stebbin, welcome. And Connie B, hi. There you go. Yeah, it's been a wild time here because of all of this ICE stuff that we're dealing with. It's crazy. This is not the America. No, that it's certainly not the America I grew up with or anybody else I know. And I feel bad for our kids. I really do. Sophie is in New Zealand. That's right. She is. She's close to you, Dave. It's late up here in Toronto, but hello from before I hit the hay. Hi, Hagabasher. Wow, somebody just mentioned you today, Hagabasher. And Wednesday night, just so you all know, I'm going to have Jamie Mustard on. I'm going to do an interview with him. And I know many of you don't know who he is, but you're going to find out. He's a pretty wild guy. Mark, hi, Hag. And Dave, if you ever want to do an interview, we can. I'm a Kiwi. Aw. That's nice. Dave Gibbons is Pavlova, originally from New Zealand or Ozo? New Zealand or OZ? I don't know. Kia Oro. Uh-oh. What did I do now? Don't worry, they said shit about me too. Oh, it was like ridiculous. I honestly can't believe that. Dave, do you remember that guy? I can't even remember his name. He's a guy that hooked up with DOA now. I forget his name. It starts with an A. Hey, thank you, EC18. I appreciate that. A super sticker. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. I think Pavlov was invented in Melbourne. Oh, wow. Dave, good day, mate. Sophie. She's cool. That's so generous. Thank you. Yeah, very, very generous. Thank you very much. Garbanzo? No, that's not Alonzo. That's who it is. Alonzo. Dave, do you remember Alonzo? From a long time ago. We knew him. He was around a long, long time ago. Anyway, he's back now and he's buddies with DOA. And someone told me he was talking about me. So I don't listen to his videos usually, but I thought, all right, I'll listen to it. And Alonzo said, oh, yeah. Do you remember Karen De La Care's son passing away, Dave? And she had a son. He passed away. Scientology would not let her even see the body. That is so gross. It was so gross. So Karen rented a yacht and she invited her friends, and we all brought flowers and rose petals and things like that. And we had basically a funeral for her son and spread out the flowers. And it was a very beautiful ceremony, but it was all something Karen set up. And Alonzo said, oh, Tori Magoo set it up. She was the one who brought Karen into being a Scientology critic. And it was like, I didn't set that up. That was, she's the mother. Do you know what I mean? I had nothing to do with it. I was just someone invited. It's unbelievable. Anyway, I just wanted to correct that in case any of you heard that. It's false. Tori, there is an ongoing debate about if the pavlova was invented in New Zealand or Australia. Oh boy, that's got to be. Alonzo is his name, Dave. LOL Dawn. Dave Gibbons, apparently both countries claim it. That's funny. I need some pavlova. Too funny. You guys are a riot. Did you see the thing here in the United States? This is embarrassing. This is such a United States thing where this guy ate 71 hot dogs on July 4th. I mean, gross. With the buns. Can you imagine 71? It's like, ugh. Awful. Alonzo isn't eunuch. I don't know what that means, love it. Incel. I don't know what that means, but you'll have to tell me later. Oh, yeah, I remember him. Okay. The happy bone. All right. Hi, Tori. Long-time watcher. All right. One question I've always had, what would happen if Davy Miscavige were to die suddenly, car accident, etc.? Would there be a power struggle, or is there a line of succession? You know, that's a good question. I don't have that answer. Do you have the answer, Dave? I really don't know. I mean, I've been out in 2 weeks, it'll be 25 years I've been out. So thankfully, I don't know. But, I don't think it'll be a power struggle so much. I don't know if someone is, I would think the independents might take it over, but I don't really think so. I think they're happy doing Scientology out in the field. So I don't know. I have no idea. I listened to some of Alonzo. Okay. He needs to keep Tori's name out of his mouth. Thank you, Sophie. I agree. He's never even called me. He's never even talked to me. It's like, don't start saying stuff about me when you don't even know who I am. It's like not okay. Hagabasher, not to state the obvious. What's the obvious? I heard actor Michael Pena is a Scientologist. I don't know on that one. Hagabasher. I don't have a pavlova, but I do have a massive tray of baklava. Ooh, I like baklava. That's very good too. Yes, I remember Alexander's wake on the boat, right? Alonzo is a few sandwiches short of a picnic. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I thought too. I didn't quite know how to express it, but that is a perfect way to say it. A few sandwiches short of a picnic. Hey, JB808, hi. Hey, welcome. How's everything? Have you settled in? I'm still thinking about you all the time, wondering if you're settled in yet or not. Yummy on the baklava. I know, baklava is really good. Haggadasher, not the same, but I wouldn't kick it out of bed. Howdy, JB. There's always rivalry between us and Australia because they always claim our stuff is there as their own, like crowned house. Like a crowded house. That's funny. It really is. Well, for me, I'll watch the replay later. Okay. Joey Chestnut is the greatest. He wants to eat 80 hot dogs. Ugh, that would be a record. It would be a record, but God, it sounds awful. Hey, Connie. JB808, everybody saying hi. I think Norman Starkey, if he's not in the hole. Oh, he might take over Norman Starkey. That could be. That could be. And how about who's the guy that I sent? You know, he used to run the tech and then they put him in the hole. What's his name? I know him really well. He was the guy that I wrote to. I just forgot his name. What's his name? He used to run tech. Love it. When it's the best in the city and your friend gifts it to you, you stuff your face with its buttery sweet nuttiness. Sounds good. 71. Ugh, I know. That's what I thought too. Ugh, sounds awful. That's a good friend. Yummy. Yes, good question, Dave. What was Dave's question? Dave. I think Norman Starkey. Oh, okay, I got you. If he's not in the hole, that's a good point. He is more of an administrator. You know, the guy I'm thinking of is what's the guy's name that was in charge of tech all the time? I had him my folder sent up to him, Ray Midoff, and I was thinking maybe Ray, but he was really an auditor. You know, so I don't think they need someone that would be more organizational running the group. I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Agreed, Sophie. Same with everyone who is spreading that BS narrative about Tory. F them all. Thank you, JB808. What are they saying about me now? Tell me what else. The only thing I heard was the thing about Karen, and that's completely false. But what else are they saying? They're saying something else about me? I need to know. I want to know. Tori, you are awesome. Hi, Tim Ford. Thanks for all you do. Tim from Texas. Thank you. Thank you very much for your kind words. Tori, you're going to love Pavlova. All right. Sounds like it. I just see Jiminy from Lord of the Rings. Okay. Dave, that's a nicer way of saying it than I would. Me too. That's what I'm saying. It's well put. Dave is always good at that. Hey, Tim. I'm from Texas as well. There you go. W's share a lot of the same values, though. Okay. What does that mean, W? Like we share the same values? Hagabasher. Okay, who invented the lamination? I don't know, but I have a demonstration of it right here. Laminated my SP declare. There you go. I got it, Scientology. Here you go. I laminated it because they were breaking into my house years ago. I thought, they're not taking it. Hey, Haggis, does Tori know about your website? I don't think so. Thank you for asking, JB8. I don't think I do. Oh, and NZ, we share a lot more. Actually, um, Haggis, could you send me, let me show you where this is. Here's my email. Could you send me your website so I know where it is? Thank you. All right. Okay, Australia and New Zealand is the same values, Tori. I know. I think it's cute though that you guys have your little fights. I was so angry with when I heard them talking about Tori and trying to use her to give themselves credibility. Like, no, not even in the same league. Was that about me where Alonzo tried to say, oh yeah, Tori and I think the same, it's like, no. I went on immediately and said, that's not true. That is not true at all. Sebastian, hi. Wait a second. What did you say? It wouldn't surprise me that Scientology keeps doing black PR. They keep some pages of black PR on these websites paid by Scientology against anti-Scientology people. Of course. Oh yeah. They're going to do that till the end of time. That's their gig. They think that matters. Do you guys know Shannon? Do any of you know Shannon? She's at the testing center. She's on the receptionist at the testing center. Mindy told me tonight. She just walked over there, said hi, Shannon. Shannon shut the doors. Mindy put it up on her, YouTube site. 85 million views in 2 days. Unbelievable. This girl has really turned into a celebrity. It's really funny. All right. Connie and Tim, we Floridians are praying for Texas. Yeah, I know Texas is really having a rough time. It wouldn't surprise me if Scientology keeps doing, okay, that's the Black PR thing. Yeah. Yeah, they will. They will. Tom Cruise is investing time and effort getting Scientology tax exempt in UK. I read somewhere on the internet. That's why he's rubbing elbows with the Prince of Wales. Makes sense. Yes, Tori, I was so pissed when he said that. I think he's delusional. Yeah. Either delusional or like he knows nobody likes him. So, he's trying to connect up with anybody. But normally I wouldn't bring it up, but because it was such an awful thing with Karen that she went through that. And I just thought, how dare he take that away from her and lay it on me? You know what I mean? It was just so wrong as far as mourning. That's what Mindy was saying. When someone's mourning, you have to let them mourn. You can't dig it up and use it for, your chat, right? It's like, good Lord. So anyway, I wanted to bring it up. Greta Holmes, Karazi, okay. Alonzo's very odd. He's attacked or denigrated nearly every ex-Scientology critic. That's what I thought. Thank you, Dave, because I was trying to remember. I remember I just saw his name and I went, ugh, Alonzo. And I couldn't quite remember it, but that was the first thing I thought of. Was that I think he used to attack a lot of the ex-Scientology critics. And thank you. I really appreciate it because I'm not crazy. Thank you. Tori's TikTok. Oh, yeah. My TikTok has gone it's out of control. It's really fun. Sophie Alonzo claims he is not part of the ex-Scientology cult, whatever that is. He can claim whatever he wants, but leave my name out of it. Dave Gibbons, he's getting OSA money for show. Okay, well, I don't think so, but maybe. Dave, at this point, I think he's a Scientology period apologist. Interesting. Excuse me, 49ers. He's not in the X community because he is one. He's not in the X community because nobody wants him here. Because he's picked on everybody for years. You know, it's sort of like somebody else we know. Okay, wait, Dave slid by. Just a second. Sophie, we used to always laugh about Alonzo's crusades. AI is an X. All right. Sophie, Dave Gibbons, how could you not laugh? It's absolutely hilarious and delusional. All right, Sophie. And love it, Tori. You have 14 million views on one video. I know. Isn't that amazing? It really is. Hey, beautiful Tori. Hi, a voice down under. And Hag Basher. Morning tea. Hey, tea. A voice down under. Haggis. All right, now I lost everybody. Ooh. Dave. I don't think Osa would rust Alonzo. He wouldn't trust Alonzo, I think you mean, to do anything. He just gets on weird crusades, obsessive, compulsive. Yeah. They're not going to take anybody in where they're going to flip out. You know, they've got to have some trust in them and long experience of them doing, you know, correct things. You know what I mean? Not necessarily, you know, just like that you can trust. They say they're gonna do this, they're gonna do it. And he's not one of them. No. Half the southern hemisphere is here tonight. Well, there you go. Hi from a voice down under. We have a few down unders here tonight. Tori, your TikTok is going viral. I know. Again, this is the second time or third time. I mean, it's really something. I mean, it really is. It's blowing my mind. I saw the amount of views Tori is getting. I just opened the tiki-taki. Yeah, I also spend a lot of time trying to answer their questions because they're very, very uneducated on Scientology. So I try to, you know, clarify things. And of course, Osa's in there saying their stuff. So I try to, you know, simply say different things. But it takes time. It does. I'm T. Okay. All right. A voice down under. Hagabashit. Isn't it amazing? It is. Hey, Laura FM. Hi. You're listening while you sleep. Aw, good to see you, girl. I haven't seen you in forever. I'm really happy to see you. I hope you're doing well. A voice down under. TikTok is really good for awareness. All right. A voice down under. Hey, Laura. I'm a neighbor in Cali. Hi, YRB. You're a neighbor? Are you a neighbor of mine? You should come over if you're really a neighbor. Osa is pretty careful about who they use. Yeah. On critic sites. I know. I mean, a lot of people think, oh, this guy's Osa, that guy's Osa. But, you know, you look at them and go, no. Scientology would never have that person anywhere near them. Love it. Brilliant. They have taken to the social medias and we need to undo all their crap. PR. Yep. Hey, YRB. And a voice down under agrees 100%. It's great that Tori's TikTok is getting so many views, reaching the young people. I know, it's really, I'm amazed. I really am. I mean, especially because for 2 years, I kept telling people, make a video, please, about how Scientology is after young people and Scientology is after people from other countries who don't speak their English is their second language, and they speak two languages, and no one would do it. So I finally thought, all right, my friend said, just make 3 videos. And I thought, all right, I'll make 3 videos and one of them will be about that. And I did. It's a 1-minute video. And by the next day, it was 1 million views. And she called me up. She goes, you went viral. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Hey, Laura FM. I've not made it to bed yet. Hagabasher. All right. I think Laura's in bed, sleeping. YRB, Jojo Bana did a live today with an hour worth of music. She said, just mention its origin and it's fine to use as protest background music. Wonderful. Well, where do we get that link, YRB? We're about an hour away if I drove. Oh, cool. Well, sometime we should get together, for sure. A Voice Down Under. Anyone is free to use my music, too. I have... wait, I lost you. You zipped away. I have a music playlist. Okay, good to know. And it's a playlist we can use? That's good to know. A Voice Down Under. Okay. I love how much Tori cares about reaching people. I do. I really do. But thank you, Sophie. I appreciate that. YRB, play the music under the security camera. You know they are going to listen to it, and the lyrics may enter their brains without them being conscious of it at first. Ooh, that's good. So where do we find the link for that, YRB? A Voice Down Under. Haha, good idea. That is a good idea. That's a great idea. Using JoJo's songs as background music at a protest. That is a good idea. I'll have to somebody send me the link for that, and then I'll download it and put it on my phone. So then I have it. That's the problem for me, because I'll have it here, but then I'll go protest and I won't. I don't have the music. But if you send it to me, I can put it in an email, and then that'll go to my cell phone, and then I can use it when I'm protesting. Cool. Very cool. All right, you rascals. Well, all right, here's something starred. Let me check. Ooh, I know, this was so sweet. It's my super chat. Thank you, EC, for being so kind. EC18 Barton. I appreciate it. Thank you. Ooh. Now I lost all the comments. Okay. I go over here. Okay, there you are. Hope I got that right. Jojo. Oh, okay. So that's the link. All right. Let me see if I can copy it. Mine doesn't have anything where I can copy it. JB808. Sophie, can you send that to me? The JoJo, the music video link, so I can put it on my phone, because this just has delete or some other stuff that I don't, I'm not going to do. But that is a great idea. That's a great idea. Just for your information, security sometimes has microphones planted around the buildings, especially in spots where Scientology public congregate. I always factor that in, and I always warn anybody I'm around. That is true, because it isn't sometimes. They always do. And they're recording everything. Sorry, not a year ago. I meant years ago. Okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, how fun to have all you down under people. I wish I lived there. I really do. It's one of those places it's been a dream of mine to live in Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and Spain. Those are 3 places that I want to live. First one was from high school. I wanted to live in Africa, and my boyfriend from high school moved to Kenya. He joined the Peace Corps, moved to Kenya, and he became the head of the Peace Corps there. And wait a minute, I got to figure out how to do this because Sophie told me how to do it, but I forget how to do it. Okay, there we go. I did it. So anyway, he went, excuse me, he went to New Zealand and became the head of the Peace Corps there for years. And I always wanted to go, but I always kept thinking, nah, he's going to have to come back and do the OT levels. All right, here's my email. It's my name, Tory, Tory, Christman44 at gmail.com. There you go. That's it. It's winter right now. That's right. Just a little chilly at night, but lovely in the day. Well, that's not bad, Dave. So you really don't have big winters like Chicago where it's big snow and, really. Like, look at Texas. My God, with that rain and everything. The New Zealand is a wonderful country. Yeah, that's what I've always heard. So anyway, sorry for the typos. I have sticky keyboard. I didn't see your typos. Did I ever tell you about the guy that used to correct my spelling, Dave? There was a guy that I would misspell things, and he would send me in private message, it isn't spelled this, it's spelled that. I'd say, okay, thank you. And there's a big bomb. Scary. Good. I'm glad it's a mild winter, Dave. So I would always say bail while you still can, meaning get out of there while you still can, because I knew so many people who died in Scientology. So I was like, bail while you still can, while you're still alive, right? And I would always write BALE, because BAIL to me meant you're arrested and you're getting bail, right? So he would write me back, no, it's not this, it's that, it's not this, it's that. He'd write me over and over, and I'd keep misspelling it over and over and over. And one day I got a big box comes in the mail, and I opened it up, and it's, I think it was A Piece of Blue Sky, or one of those 3 books, the original books that we weren't supposed to read. And you opened up the cover, and it had an airplane and a guy bailing out of the airplane, right? And he said, this is bailing. And then he had a bale of hay. And so I realized it was BAIL, which is, you bail, you're leaving something. So it's okay. Yeah, I know, James. But isn't that a cute way to get that across to someone who's a knucklehead like me? It's like, I laughed so hard. I thought, what a sweetheart to do that. But it was like, this girl is not getting it. So I'm going to send it to her. Someday I'll when I remember, I'll get the book it's somewhere. And I have all kinds of books in my room, so I'll have to find it. I know it's very funny. It makes me laugh. That's one thing that makes me happy is I can laugh at myself. It's like, I think if you can't laugh at yourself, there's a little bit of happiness that could be in your life that isn't in your life. And some people think, well, I don't want people to laugh at me. And it's like, I know, but it's like, it's goofy. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is. Good to see you live, Tori, and chat. I keep missing you. Life has been crazy. Hi, June. Well, good. I'm glad you made it too. Dave, I'm glad you got how funny it is. But it helps to laugh at yourself because it's just goofy. I always say all the time, I should make a YouTube video. You have to be able to laugh at yourself. Exactly. Because then life is so much lighter and happier. I always say I should make a video of my day, from getting up all the way through the day. You wouldn't believe it. You just wouldn't believe it. That I think, nah, it's all right. I won't. But it does help to laugh at yourself. It does. I'm glad you get it, Dave, because it really, I don't know, it just lightens up your day. It's like things are funny, just like that. It's funny. And some people might go, well, I would never. Like, I remember the first time I was selling encyclopedias in Scientology, trying to make some money to pay for the bridge. And I went over to the Scientologist's house and I told her the whole thing about the encyclopedia and everything. And here it was. And she was buying both sets of the encyclopedia. And because I'm bad at math, I called my boss because I had a deal with him saying, look, I can close anything, but you've got to make sure I've got the math right. He said, okay, don't worry about it. Just call me. So I call him up and he goes, no, you're $1,000 off. So I switched it and it was less. It was $1,000 less. I was charging more than I needed to. So anyway, I said to her, no, actually you have to pay $1,000 less. And she goes, aren't you embarrassed? And I said, no, why would I be embarrassed? You bought the whole set. You bought 2 sets. I'm happy. All I had to do was check the math. But, that's how some people can't handle that. Anyway, I can. I have to because I don't have a choice. So there you go. That's the way it is. YRB. I used to drive past a day-old bakery outlet, and they had a sign that read, as remolded. And I thought, who would buy bread there? Eventually, I realized it was remodeled, not remolded. See, that's a perfect example. That's funny, YRB. All right, Sieglin. Same here, June. Good to see you and rest of the chat tonight. I know this is a good chat. Sieglin, June, nice to see you both. Yeah, it is. It's good to see both of you. Thank you for coming by, all of you. I'm glad you're here to laugh at goofy things. I love listening to Will say goofy. It's really funny. It's a great word, goofy. And Will will just say, that's just goofy. And he's like this big black guy, and he's out with the police and everything, and he's like, that's goofy. I just think, I love that. It is. He's right. I so understand because I scan when I read, so often misread things and have to slow my brain down. I think we all do that. Don't forget to click like. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, everybody click like and please subscribe. I'm trying to get more of my subscriptions up and I want to make sure everybody that's here subscribes because I have to say that more often. I'm not saying that enough. We need to make sure people subscribe. I scan read too. Yeah, I know. It's tricky. Don't forget to click like. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, I don't think I scan read, but I know the concept. I don't think I could scan read. I don't think I could. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, exactly. Thank you. All right, so today is Monday, am I right? It's this weekend because of 4th of July weekend and all the stuff that's been going on and not going on. A lot of stuff hasn't gone on that usually goes on here. So anyway, it's just kind of a unusual. Let me just check. There's something starred. Okay, we already did that. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's Monday, but I'm not positive. But I have my handy dandy calendar here, and it will tell me. I mean, you guys could too, but over where you are, it's probably already tomorrow. All right, where is it? Oh, it's the 7th. Okay, is it the 7th still? It is. All right, it's Monday. There you go. Yep, it's Monday. Okay, now Sophie just said, I love to, I love to bail. Well, I'm cooking dinner tonight. Love from Jenny. Give her a hug from me. I really am so happy to see you and happy to hear about her. And I know you guys are doing well. Do you still have dogs? Do you still have dogs? I know you had some really beautiful dogs for a while. And your turtles. It's Tuesday. See, that's the thing. I know. And that's why I had to check because I know half of it, like Sophie and you, I think it's Tuesday. I should say it's Monday for us. Exactly. Here in America. Yeah. It's different. It really is. It's amazing. My brother is in Thailand. And so I love Facebook for that also because I can talk to him via Facebook for free. So that works out really good. And then my other brother is in New Mexico. It's Tuesday the 8th here. See? It's tomorrow. That's so amazing. I love that. Janine Painter. Technically, Tori, it's Tuesday for us. Wow, in the United States because it's 2:30 in the morning in Florida. Aha, good girl. Thank you for the correction. Yeah, so even in the United States, it's tomorrow. There you go. But not exactly like Australia or New Zealand where it really is tomorrow and it's daylight and they're starting the day. In Florida, I've been there and I know it's 3:30 in the morning, so most people are sleeping or it's dark out. It's weird though, when you try to explain it to people, like let's get together tomorrow, but tomorrow is really today. You know what I mean? It's weird. It just is. But it isn't an epic fail. That's the thing. It isn't. And this group is an epic success. That's what I'm going to stamp it as that. It's an epic success. And thank you all for coming on. It's 4:15 p.m. there. Okay, so that's tomorrow at 4:15. Okay, so 4:15 in the afternoon on Tuesday. Wow, that's amazing. It's Tuesday for you in 45 minutes, Tori. Right, I know. But it's still nighttime and I have to still go to bed and sleep. You know what I mean? So it's not quite the same as Australia, where Dave is up and making dinner for tomorrow night. That I would call tomorrow night. But I hear what you're saying. I know it's tricky. And it's 6:15 here on Tuesday evening. There you go. So you're probably eating dinner too. All right. Well, I better let you guys go eat. I love you. Thank you for all you've done and continue to do. And JB808, thank you so much. You didn't answer me yet, though, if you've adjusted back to the time zone. Dave, I don't know if you know it, but JB808 went to Japan. So that's a big time zone switch. So he was coming back and adjusting to it. And I wanted to find out if you adjusted or not. But it's okay. Thank you, Tori. We all love and appreciate you so much. Thank you, guys. I love and appreciate all of you. I really do. I really thank you for coming and thank you for caring. It makes a big difference. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to end off for now. And thanks, chat. Tori's chat is always the best. I haven't completely, but a little bit more than our last chat. Okay, good, JB Oldaway. It's like I said, it's a step at a time. Good night, Dave. Give Jenny a hug for us. Lots of love. Thank you for coming by. Come by more. We love having all of you. Thank you. Since our last chat, I gotcha. All right, it's Tuesday here in Western Australia, and I've already been to work and back. Wow. See, that's amazing. That really is. I mean, thank you, Down Under, a voice down under. That's really monumental, the difference in, time zones, and that we can all talk here. Love you, Tori. Love you, Sophie. And we love you, Sieglin, and thank you for coming by, all of you. All right, well, I'm going to say goodnight. Peace out. If you haven't hit the like button, please do before you leave. All right? All right. All right. Good night.